All right, guys, welcome to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show. This is episode number 58 in our paranormal talk show episodes. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show tonight. If you haven't watched our show, definitely hang in there. We've got a lot to talk about tonight, although I may cut it a little short tonight compared to normal. Got a lot of stuff going on, so you can check our Facebook page out at Facebook. There we go. .com/Crawford County Ghost Hunters if you're not watching from there, because we also dual stream to YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel at YouTube/Crawford County Ghost Hunters or at Crawford County Ghost Hunters on YouTube. Sometimes people get a better, clearer picture on YouTube. And having a little internet problems again tonight. But I think I've got them fixed, and it may run a little smoother this time. We're trying out a little new system here we got going. I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But if you want to call us also to sign up for haunted tours, there's our phone number. You can always go back in the video and check that out or write it down. It is 1-312-572-9811, and you will probably get our voicemail. You can leave a message to sign up for any of our haunted tours or events, or if you want to request a paranormal investigation, definitely call that phone number. But anyway, guys, we are getting up there in the episodes. I was going to do a pretty cool Halloween episode, but I'm going to save it for the next go around, because I think I'm going to have a special guest on my next episode, the third Monday here in October. It's going to be pretty cool if I can get that arranged, and you guys are definitely going to like it. It's going to be a really cool episode. We're going to make that our Halloween episode, our next, our third episode there or the third Monday here in October is going to be our Halloween edition paranormal talk show. We're going to get into some crazy topics on that show, so you definitely want to check that out. I'm trying to get my comments to pop up so I can see who all's out there tonight. Okay, cool. There we go. Now I can see you guys. Ken's on there. Hey, Ken. Looks like we got Karen and Michael and Wes and Jennifer. Pretty good crowd out there tonight. I'm hoping Becky's on here. I don't know where she's at. Haven't talked to her today, but if not, I'll just bounce the trolls out. I apologize if you pop in again tonight. We've been having extreme problems, which I'm sure you guys have heard about and you've read about on our page. The mayhem and the mischief just continues, guys, and it just continues to get worse, which I'm going to talk about here on the show. But we did do a couple, we did do our haunted tour, our Betsy Reed tour, the Elizabeth Reed tour. It went really well, successful tour, really great group of people. So we had a fun time that night. You know, we retraced the steps of Elizabeth Reed and what we believe happened to her, from her hanging to her possible burials. There's a lot of rumor as to where she was buried, and still controversy as to where she was buried. And then ended down in Baker Cemetery in Crawford County. Had a really good night for that tour. Big turnout for that. I want to thank everybody for coming and attending that event. We have also investigated and went back to Pylon Manor a couple times. I'm sure you guys have seen our lives. We did do an investigation there. I was just trying to see if anything would spark up, fire up, just so I kind of get a heads up that there's still activity there for our haunted tours this year, because you never know, it may just stop completely. But as you can see, we went to clean the other night. Didn't expect anything, just cleaning the place up, and all of a sudden we started getting a lot of paranormal activity taking place while we were cleaning. And that seems to happen there a lot, especially with the marbles and everything, getting, laid down and showing up different places. I got a coin, so I'm gonna pop a picture up of all the objects that were thrown at us or given to us at Pylon Manor while we were cleaning the other night when we went live. Like I say, we did not expect that. We did not expect to go live. We just that was a spur of the moment thing, because we started experiencing a lot of activity, a lot of bangs, a lot of knocks. So I'm pretty sure the marble thrower is telling us that he's still there. And our next Pylon Manor tour is this coming weekend, October the 8th, guys, at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It starts at 7, but you can leave at any time. You don't have to stay there. You're not locked in, nothing like that. You can leave at any time. and that event's going to be the closest event to the full moon. That one we're gonna talk about the United Methodist Village here in just a second. I'm not even sure we're even going to be able to do anything in the Methodist Village again. So sad deal. But Pylon Manor is on the 8th, guys. The 7th is, and I keep neglecting this, I keep missing Friday night's tour. That is the old jail and City Hall. Again, that's a new location. It's going to be this Friday night, overnight paranormal investigation in Bridgeport, Illinois. That's 10/7 of 2022, guys, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, $20 a person. That's the old City Hall and jail there in Bridgeport. Pretty cool place. That's one of our new locations. If you haven't signed up for that and you want to see a new location this year, definitely check out this weekend's tour Friday night. It's going to be a good one. And I apologize, I've been a lot of dust and stuff from that village the past couple of days, and that's why we can't have it. I mean, I'm going to tell you guys all the stuff that happened, but I'm still kind of getting into what happened on our Pine Lawn Manor cleaning trip first. So I'm going to try to pop this picture up and show you guys the objects that were thrown at us. And I've got some exciting to tell you too, and we'll probably have some more regarding that the next episode. But I've been in contact with a marble expert on YouTube. He responded to me, cool guy. He's been trying to identify some of the marbles that have been thrown there. So here's our last little treasure that occurred at Pine Lawn Manor while we were cleaning. This is all the objects that got thrown during the course of our cleaning the other night. So this is definitely telling us, on October 8th, guys, we're probably going to get some stuff. Because we asked, I said, are you guys going to let loose on the 8th and throw all the stuff? And we got a huge knock when I said that. I mean, these are intelligent spirits that interact with us. And as you can see, the top blue marble, I was told, is a vitro blue aqua marble that from the 1960s. So I've got that one dated. This is just the stuff that was given to us the other night. I've not shown this marble expert all the marbles that have been thrown in Pine Lawn Manor. So we may have some crazy, rare, vintage marbles that have been thrown. But if you guys look at that top picture, the blue one is the one I'm talking about. That one is the one he says is from the 60s. So that is pretty weird. I mean, you cannot even, I don't believe you can buy that marble anymore, especially you can't just go to Dollar General or Walmart and pick up a bag of these marbles. This one's dated 1960, so I'm going on top. I think he said the other one was called a cat's eye marble, if I believe right, the blue clear one with the blue going through it. And the others, he said, came from Asia, and there's not much history known about them. So they are, I believe, an Asian marble, but this guy definitely knows more about marbles than I do. That's why I consulted him and asked him, if he knows anything about the history of these marbles. That's what I'm trying to dig into now, is the objects that are thrown. Is there any historical value to them? Is there any historical significance to them? And I think he said this blue marble originated in Pennsylvania. I may have to go back and read his comment. I may be wrong on that. But that's where it was originally made at, was in Pennsylvania. Let me look at that so I'm not wrong on that real quick, guys. Let me look that up. I'm pretty sure that's what he told me. Oh, I was wrong. West Virginia. So he said the factory was located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, that created these Vitro Aqua Gem 1960 blue marbles that was thrown up there. So it was West Virginia, guys. I apologize. Got too many names and stuff floating around up there. But very weird. I mean, we're going to continue to study these marbles. And this is a plastic quarter in the center of your screen. Not a real quarter, but a plastic one. I asked if they could throw me a quarter while I was cleaning, and they did. They hit me with a plastic quarter, which is the first time that has ever happened. We have never had that happen in there. It's play money. It's a plastic quarter. It flew and hit me, and I looked down, thought it felt weird, thought it looked weird, picked it up, completely plastic. Never happened before in there. We got dice. This landed in the kitchen. The one that's on the 6 there, it landed in the kitchen area. The pennies also materialized because we cleaned the whole place up, went back through and found 2 more pennies laying there. So A lot of weird stuff going on in Pylon Manor still, guys. But we're going to get into the main part of the show that I want to talk about tonight, and that's what happened at the United Methodist Village. So, if you guys haven't been following our page, somebody completely vandalized the village, and we don't know when exactly it happened. It had to be pretty recent because we've been in there off and on, here and there doing stuff. James Pinkston has had his laser tag business going on in there, the Battle Zone laser tag. James is also a team member of mine on my paranormal investigation team. He went in Saturday afternoon to set up his laser tag business and set up his laser tag lights and everything because he was supposed to have an event there Saturday evening. As he went in, to go in the back door there, he noticed some white powder just everywhere. I mean, all over the floors. I mean, it was like a thick white powder. Couldn't figure out what was going on for a minute. He found 2 circles on the floor. Come to find out after later investigations and a lot of us going back, and then I eventually went back later in the evening. There were multiple fire extinguishers used inside the building. What these people did is they went in there and they took fire extinguishers and just sprayed the heck out of the building. For some reason, I have not seen your guys' comments. There we go. Got your comments now. Yeah, these people were just trying to be, malicious and tear stuff up. They took the wheelchairs, went all over the building in the wheelchairs. I mean, we can track them everywhere they went. That's what's not very bright about these individuals. And I'm extremely good at tracking. I mean, I've been tracking everything for a long time. So they made a horrible mistake by leaving their tracks, because pretty sure I know who they are. I know who it is. And there is one footprint that I cannot identify. And I need your guys' help with this. Sharon, I don't think it was kids. No. I don't think so. Not the stuff they done. Some of it was personal. They done, it was a personal message to me and Rick, I believe. Rick believes the same thing. There was a theft that occurred inside the building. Only certain people knew where some of this stuff was hidden at, which happened to be Rick, the former owner's antique china. He had hidden in an area where only certain people knew where it was at. Let's just put it that way. And it was some of the only stuff stolen, and it's some of the only stuff in the building that was even worth anything, because just junk left in the building. But he had his antique china in there still. That was, I think he said his mom gave it to him. I don't know. Rick may be on here and may be able to verify that, but it was from the late 1800s. So they sold some pretty valuable china, but we did find a piece of it broken. So, oh gosh, we're hoping they didn't just smash it, and break all of his china. But we did find a broken piece down in the basement, so I know they broke one piece. They tore an exit sign out. They ripped the exit signs off the ceiling on one place. And again, like I said, they just went all through the building, guys, especially the old part, the Holden Center, and completely sprayed it down with fire extinguishers. And that stuff can be it can irritate your throat and lungs. And I've actually got a little bit of throat problem over it tonight because we were in there, looking around and cleaning. We did have N95 masks and stuff on, but I don't think there's any possible way we're going to be able to have our haunted tours at the Methodist Village. We've got one scheduled for Sunday night. It's supposed to go from 7 p.m. to midnight on Sunday, this coming Sunday the 9th. And unless I can work a miracle and get in there and get it all cleaned up, I don't think we're probably going to be able to have it, because total, breathing hazard. I mean, especially if you don't wear respirators and N95s, because, they totally covered this. And these people have got to be having respiratory issues. And come to find out, I found out one of my suspects is having respiratory issues. So I've got a lot of suspects. I'm not pointing, fingers at, one specific person, even though I'm pretty confident about who it was. We absolutely know there was two different people in the building. It was a girl-guy combo. I found girl footprints, and I found guys' footprints, and definitely two confirmation of a guy and a girl. and it's, pretty easy to figure out, really. The woman's shoe we think was a Converse or a Vans. This is what we need your help with, because I've been able to identify the male shoe as a Nike Air Max is the male shoe that was present inside there that was breaking in. So anybody that wears Nike Air Max, I mean, which is millions of them, but if there's anyone out there in the listening area, in the Lawrenceville area that has heard anything, maybe it is kids, a couple kids from the high school, I doubt it. But if you hear anything, let us know. Please let us know, and we'll notify the police. If you have any information at all regarding this recent break-in at the United Methodist Village in Lawrenceville, Illinois, and we've got to catch these people. We did not have cameras up, Paula. That is what sucks. We had taken our cameras down. I had the full camera system in there for a while, which is on Wi-Fi, relays back to our phone with movement, and we put them back up there now. So we do have a camera system installed now to catch them if they come back. They had piled several things up by the door. They were planning on coming back because we found several things hidden outside to where they were going to come back and get it later. They just completely went through this whole building and just did some of it was just weird and bizarre stuff. They went into the chapel and pretty much desecrated the chapel, in my opinion. They did stuff inside the chapel, sprayed in the chapel, took the wheelchairs, dumped them up in the chapel area. They took a bunch of banners and stuff out of some boxes and hung over the chapel balcony. They took some ribbons and hung across the lights in the chapel. And they decorated, get this, guys, they decorated the chapel balcony with like a nativity scene, like a bunch of the, like Jesus, the camel, that whole Christmas scene and everything with the the birth of Jesus and everything. They took all these ceramic objects they found that were originally in the attic, and these things have been moving around. This is why I think maybe these people have been in the building several times. But this box of statues or ceramic items, were moving around in the building a lot of times when we would come in. Well, this time they were all lined up on the balcony up there. Just some bizarre things they done. I mean, I don't know if these people were on some heavy drugs or what was going on, but they took the fire extinguisher outside, and excuse my language, I know there's probably maybe kids watching outside, but I mean, I just got to say it how it is. They drew a dick in the yard. They took the fire extinguishers, and drew male anatomy parts, let's put it that way, in the yard of the village. Just, I don't even know where they got all these fire extinguishers, but we found some laying outside. We found some laying in different rooms. They went into Rick's office where he had some stuff stored, sprayed his personal stuff with the fire extinguishers. So, I mean, they were trying to damage, and, I just think it was certain people. Let's just put it that way. They were trying to do damage inside the village, so we couldn't have our tours, so James can't have his laser tag, and they were trying to get Rick, also for some odd reason, because they specifically took all of Rick's stuff and sprayed his stuff individually, which is really weird. We found a ladder upstairs, which goes on. I tracked the girl and the guy. They went up the stairs. They went up to the roof. They went onto the roof. They tried to get a ladder up or down from the attic. So, at one point they had to be visible on the rooftop if they used any flashlights or anything. But again, 2 people, absolutely 2 people only. I only found 2 sets of tracks that I could not identify. I'm going to show you guys this track too. This is the one that we cannot figure out. We absolutely need your help. If you can identify what type of shoe this is, and I've been looking at every tread pattern imaginable, and this apparently is some off-breed Converse look-alike or something. I thought it was a Converse or Van, but here, I'll let you guys look at this. This is the, let me pop this up, shoe pattern. Let me get to it. Okay. Here is and these are how clear the tracks are in this mess of fire extinguisher powder, guys. I mean, that white powder on the floor is from the fire extinguishers. And we believe they took the fan inside the dining room and used the fire extinguishers to make it worse, to distribute the cloud over a more of a bigger area. That's why I don't think it was kids. These people were intentionally destroying the place, so we couldn't go in there. But anyway, here's the track. If anybody can identify that track, maybe you know somebody that wears that type of shoe, or you've seen yeah, I thought it's a Converse too, Matt. Uh, the problem with the Converse shoes is they've got a different. If you look right in the middle of the tread pattern, the sole pattern, there's a square that's angled up. It's got a square in the dead center part of the track. Converse is a different design, so it must be a knockoff Converse or something, or a Converse special edition maybe. I don't know about. We've looked at boots, Darren. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Susan, that is absolutely true. They are punks. And we will find them. So they will be arrested because they stole Rick's stuff. So, but yeah, here's the shoe pattern, guys. Like I say, if anybody can help identify any of these people, if you guys hear anything, if you live in the Lawrenceville area and you hear anything regarding, people are going to talk, if it was kids or anybody, somebody's going to let something out of the bag and tell somebody, and it's going to get out. That's the way things work. So, but yeah, that's the the tread pattern we're trying to identify at this point. We have identified, like I say, a man's Nike Air Max shoe that was involved. So the guy was wearing Nikes, and we can't figure out. This is a woman's shoe print here, guys. She went with the guy. They went up to the roof. I seen where she walked around the whole time. The guy went into some of the rooms she didn't go into. But I tracked the tracks all over the building. I mean, you can obviously see where they went. And you can see the wheelchair marks also where they went, in the wheelchair. So what I believe they were doing is they were probably being pushed, in the wheelchair, shooting the fire extinguishers off, which really points to a certain individual. Yeah. That also points highly to one of my suspects too, because she liked to get in that wheelchair and go all over the building in it. So I've got a top number one suspect, female suspect anyway, that we're going to be looking into. So, but anyway, guys, if you can identify this, let me know. I'm also going to be posting this shoe picture up on our Facebook page as a picture. I'm going to post a post, asking if anybody can help us with the identification of this, or if anybody has any information regarding the recent break-in, please contact us or the Lawrenceville Police Department. Police Department didn't seem to want to do too much. They just said, did you have cameras up, and left. So pretty typical of them. So we did our own investigation, and we're going to do our own investigation, and we're going to find these people. So Karen says, I hope the current UMV residents got even with them. And that's happened a lot, Karen. We've actually had some other people that stole some pictures off of a board in there during one of our tours. She started shoving these pictures into her backpack, and her backpack got tugged on and pulled off of her on her way out by the ghost. So hopefully the ghost also do something to these people. So yeah, here's somebody. Cammy, yeah. Sent you my Converse size and my shoe on Snapchat. You also know my address if you want to scope out my house. Well, may not be me scoping out your house, maybe law enforcement. So, but yeah, we definitely have some suspects. Like I say, kind of weird. Somebody may have knew the code. We don't know exactly how they got in the building. Only 2 females knew the code. One person on my team that I kicked out recently, and another female on the Lorehounds team knew the code to the building also. So again, I'm not saying they done it, not saying it was associated with the recent Lorehound event of them hacking our page, trolling our page, doing tours in the same spots we're doing, but it's kind of weird. Kind of weird timing, and bad for them, especially because, But anyway, we may or may not have haunted tours in the Methodist Village now because of this, guys. It's completely, covered in this fire extinguisher ash. Rick's been in there cleaning up his stuff. I mean, he says it is sweeping up pretty good. So If we can get in there and get it cleaned up by this weekend, I will let you guys know and let you know if we're going to continue the haunted tour Sunday night at the Methodist Village. As of right now, I'm not sure that we're going to be able to. But you can definitely take our tours. Friday night, the old jail in Bridgeport. Saturday night, it's Pine Lawn Manor. And Pine Lawn Manor is going to be crazy, guys. So definitely check out, that tour on the 8th. It's going to be the full moon. And we've also got some individuals coming back, 4 individuals coming back to do the Pine Lawn Manor tour that they followed around on the last tour and threw stuff at them. They work at similar locations. I think I've talked about this before, that comparative Pine Lawn a little bit. So we're going to be having them come back, and it's going to be a good night. If you guys want to probably see some crazy stuff, it'll be October 8th. So, yeah, we will, Cammy. Thanks. But wow. I'm kind of at a loss for words tonight, guys, because I'm just aggravated. So I apologize. It's not going to be a good show. I'm trying to stay calm about all this, and it's kind of hard. But I'm getting messages too from a lot of people. But yeah, we're going to go through and try to find that tread pattern. We're still looking. The thing we don't understand is, what the point behind some of it was. It was just bizarre, very bizarre, especially like the chapel area. I don't think I uploaded a picture of the chapel and what they did in there, but it's totally disrespectful. It's disrespectful to the dead also, and yeah, Cammy, I'm not gonna lie, you're one of my top suspects. You're on here commenting, and the thing I don't want to believe is I don't want to believe you did this because of your respect for the spirits when we were out together. So I'm hoping you didn't have this much disrespect for the dead that you've done this. And if you did, I'm highly disappointed in you. But whoever did this highly disrespected, the ghosts and spirits that reside there still. Not only the living, but the dead, that's their home as well. Just like going into a cemetery. I absolutely hate it when somebody vandalizes a cemetery, leans on tombstones. That's why on all our haunted tours and stuff, even I have a rule: do not lean on any tombstones. We restore old cemeteries and try to, do restoration projects of old cemeteries even. And I just absolutely hate it when somebody goes into an area and vandalizes it and tears it up, And a lot of these people think, oh, it's going to increase the paranormal activity. I'm going to go into the cemetery and vandalize it so the ghosts and spirits get pissed off and they circle around me and I can play Zach Bagans for a night, and that's not the way it works. You're disrespecting the dead, and they will get even with you. I promise. If it's not in this life, it'll be in the afterlife. So, definitely don't do that stuff, guys. If you're out there, do not disrespect sites. We had this even with the jail last year, and we started investigating the old City Hall and jail at Bridgeport. We went live there for the first time. A week later, somebody broke in and spray painted it. Spray painted all over the walls, and that is an old historic jail. He can't even get some of that paint off of the floorboards and stuff because they went in and vandalized it because they seen our live feed of us investigating it. I don't understand it. Yeah, Pauline, that is true. Some people are stupid. But like I say, they may have used the door code is why we have a high, very short list of suspects also because the door code was entered, we think. But anyway, we're going to try to clean it up. We're going to try to not let this stop us from, having future events in the village. It's going to take a while for us to get it cleaned up. And we don't know how much time we got in there anyway because of the restoration stuff that's supposed to take place anyway in there. So the current owner and everything's going to, dictate when that restoration project starts to get the village, turned into whatever they're going to turn it into. So we got a limited time in there anyway. So now we're probably going to be spent cleaning it up. And by the time we get it cleaned up, we probably won't be able to use it anymore. So, but like I say, if we can get on some major mission this week and get a bunch of people together and get it cleaned, we will. but it'll have to be done by Sunday. I'll put it out on the page, guys, whether it's going to be canceled or not. Try to get the schedule of events up. October 14th, that was going to be another United Methodist Village investigation. So that was probably, if we don't get it going, that will be canceled also. On October 15th, we got Pine Lawn Manor and the Old City Jail. That is a double ticket night. You can go to Pine Lawn Manor and the Old City Jail in Bridgeport, Illinois for $30 or $20. You can do one. And you can go back and forth all night to both of those locations, which is going to be pretty cool. Because like I say, that Bridgeport, the jail is really cool, guys. I mean, it's, if not anything, it's a cool historical old building. If you have not been in it, it's really neat and unique. So we just started kind of investigating that recently. And we have, we picked up some paranormal activity in there we couldn't explain, especially through ITC sessions. We recorded something saying law enforcement. We recorded another voice saying police officer, heart attack, which is, pretty much indicates what happened in there regarding one of the officers. He was in there and had a heart attack and died in the jail. So we did pick a lot of that stuff up on our ghost box in there to confirm, he's possibly still there. So a lot of reports out of the old jail over the years, that people have told me. Some of my ex-team members had told me about it. And one of them, she'd actually went in there and during high school or something, walked in there and got thrown down in the upstairs part of the building, she said. So just weird stuff has happened. People reported happening there before the current owner bought it. Now it's locked up. Do not go in there, guys. It's being watched too. So it's locked up and it's privately owned now. Do not trespass there either. And do not trespass at Pine Lawn Manor if you're out there watching this, because we've got it cleaned back up and shut up again. So we're going to be putting trail cams and stuff probably at all locations now. I don't know what's wrong with people. Kim Pryor says, yeah, real shame about all the damage. I've never understood the idiots that do stuff like that. Best of luck getting things cleaned up in time for tours. Thanks, Ken. I really appreciate that. We'll definitely let you guys know and update you on our page. But yeah, again, like I said, the 15th is going to be that Pine Lawn Old City Jail ticket. Just sign up on our page. And I think a lot of you guys are missing our events posts on our page. I've had a lot of people saying they can't find our tours and events posts that I put up. It's got a picture. I don't know if I can put that up here or not, but picture's not even showing up. Maybe that's why you guys aren't finding it. But it's got a picture like this. I'm just going to kind of show you my phone real quick because I didn't upload it. That's what the picture looks like. If you guys click on that article with the picture, you will find our updated haunted tours and event schedule for 2022. You can just click on that, scroll down, and see all of our events, when they are. So I don't think people are clicking the see more part, and they don't, the list doesn't pop down then. So definitely check out that list, guys. And if you want to take any of our tours, let us know. Edward Dobbins Masonic Lodge, and the next one's going to be on October the 29th. That's going to be our overnight at the Edward Dobbins Masonic Lodge. Got another old jail and city hall investigation on October the 28th. I went reverse. And we're doing our Crawford County tours, the Haunted Crawford County tour and the Lawrence County tour again on October the 21st and the 22nd. October the 21st at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time will be the Crawford County tours that we've been doing for years, where we drive around, tell the history and hauntings of different locations, in the area. And, let you guys experience a small scale investigation at each one of these locations. And a lot of times people end up getting crazy stuff, that we don't even pick up. They might get an EVP, or they might get some paranormal anomaly on film or video, but, we can't debunk. So definitely try, if you're skeptical about paranormal phenomena and activity, these tours, that's why we do them. We want to show the public that, there are some things we can't explain, but we try to debunk everything. So definitely, if you're skeptical, we love skeptical people coming, especially the Pine Lawn. If you're out there and you're watching this and you are skeptical about ghosts and paranormal phenomena, October 8th is probably the night for you to come to Pine Lawn. any of the October dates for Pine Lawn. Pine Lawn Manor, we're also going to be there Halloween night, and November 1st, we're also going to be at Pine Lawn. So, looking at our schedule, yeah, 31st and the 1st of November. So that's going to be some cool stuff, guys. But I mainly want to get on tonight to update everybody regarding the village. Gotta say, I don't really have much to talk about tonight because I'm still aggravated about it all. We will try to clean it up, before, especially before our 29th or 28th trip we got there. 29th is yeah, we're gonna try to clean it up by the end of the month. We'll see what happens, guys. But Jordan says remind me again before Saturday about Pine Lawn. I'll forget by then. Will do, Jordan. I'll let you know. I guess I can kind of just open it up. Say I don't have a lot to talk about tonight, but if you guys want to open it up to kind of a discussion session, answer and question and answer session, we can do that even. Dean Thompson said, I hope people that did this come forward. Maybe offer them to help clean up their mess along and pay for any damages. That would be nice, Dean, if they would do that. Yep. Hopefully, their conscience gets the best of them and they admit to what they done, and they can help clean this stuff up. But I'm gonna kind of, like I say, leave the board open to questions right now. If you guys have any questions or comments, shoot them out there, and I'll try to answer any of them. Or if you have a topic, a paranormal topic you want to cover tonight, throw it out there, and I'll try to cover it, because otherwise I'm going to kind of cut the show pretty short tonight. I've got a lot of stuff to do and get ready for here. Trying to look at your comments, but see if I have any questions out there. I know we got a lot of people watching tonight. Bigfoot. Hey, I'm glad you mentioned that, dude. He's saying Bigfoot. There's a new group starting up, and I'm a member of it. Corey Williamson and Todd Bates, and I'm going to help them with some of this stuff too. Corey, I think, is the main one heading this operation, but it is called the Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters. So new page coming up there, guys, on Facebook. So definitely check that out. Check out Corey's page on there. It's Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters. And we're going to go out and do some Bigfoot and cryptid investigations, just like we do these paranormal investigations regarding ghosts and other paranormal phenomena. But it's going to be pretty cool. He does have a page up already for it, Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters. And check it out. We are going to probably, I'm sure Corey and Todd and me will go live at some time. We're looking into locations. I've researched a lot of locations of Sasquatch sightings over the years in the Crawford County area. A lot of them tend to be along river areas. We believe the rivers and streams, especially main rivers, are travel routes if these creatures exist. I have never actually seen one. So that's my goal. I want to see this, and I don't know. I believe in it. Like I say, I'm skeptical yet, but yeah, open-minded. If marbles can fly out of a solid wall, why can't there be a creature we haven't discovered yet? But yeah, definitely check out those pages. And he's doing a real good job, with the group. But yeah, some of the areas we checked out in Crawford County were along the Ambraw, down south of Oblong. The Ambraw Rivers had a few sightings. The Wabash Rivers had a few sightings of Bigfoot-like creatures over the years. So we went down into the Ambraw area a couple times doing research investigations into, cryptid creatures or any type of unusual phenomena, or, we looked for tracks that were, unidentifiable or strange, tracks that we couldn't figure out what it was. And we were really researching a story that took place around a place called Spencer Bridge. Now, Spencer Bridge is in the Hardinville area along the Ambraw River south of Oblong. And it's a bridge that no longer goes through down in there. And if you go through the other side, you got to go clear around by Chansey and over that way to get to the other side of the bridge. And that's where we actually went. But we were looking for tracks, listening for things, and I did hear a few weird sounds that I couldn't really identify. And a lot of times with Bigfoot and cryptids and Sasquatch, whatever you want to call, there's millions of names for all the unknown creatures that people have cited, from the chupacabra to the abominable snowman. I mean, you've got multiple names for a lot of different creatures out there, but some of the people believe that the Sasquatch or Bigfoot will knock and make tree knocks on stuff. So we were out there trying to do tree knocks, and we did hear some weird stuff back a couple times, but I can't confirm it was any unusual phenomena or unusual creature that we can't identify. But the Spencer Bridge area south of Oblong is a really good area where there's actually been sightings reported years ago. Not recent sightings. These have all been like probably in the 60s, I believe it was. Maybe some even up into the 80s and 90s, but no recent sightings that I can confirm. The Wabash River area over near, like Palestine, down in the Heathville area, there's been a couple weird sightings down in there. Flat Rock has had, and the Birds area has had their share of Bigfoot sightings over the years, believe it or not. Like the Flat Rock area, we got called in to investigate, and I don't know if we went live on that or not. I don't think we did. But we did a Bigfoot hunt down in the Flat Rock area because this guy was out turkey hunting. And he went to his turkey stand, and supposedly this creature rushed at him and was making sounds out in the field, stomping his feet, making a huge commotion out in the field and the brush where he was turkey hunting at in the spring. And he said he actually saw a huge creature take off. So we started investigating that sighting because this guy was pretty legit, with his information, and I'm pretty sure, he was telling the truth, or at least he thinks he was telling the truth. He actually seen this creature out there. So we went out there and investigated, and we had some weird things happen. I don't know if it was paranormal or if it was Bigfoot or what, you tie it in together. But when we went down this trail at night where he had set his turkey stand at, where he was hunting turkey, this shadow flew over us. Of course, that's not Bigfoot, but this shadow flew over. It's like this big owl or something. And we heard something in the woods. And Courtney and I believe another one of my team members, female team members at the time, was in the vehicle. And I got on the radio and I said, I haven't seen anything, but something weird just flew over the top of us. It looked really big. I mean, the shadow of this thing was enormous. And she goes, that's weird, because about 10 seconds ago, she said the vehicle shook like something came up and hit their vehicle. I came over the two-way radio because we were back in the woods and they were out in the vehicle. So at the same, shortly after, we saw the object fly by. Something shook the Jeep to where it scared the heck out of the girls, out there. So we did have a weird experience out there, but I don't know what it was. I don't know if the wind just started blowing and shook the Jeep and they got scared, but they said it actually sounded like something hit the Jeep. I don't know. So, but that was down in the Flat Rock area. But we're going to do some Bigfoot hunts. We're probably going to go into the land between the lakes area and research a lot of the stories and stuff associated there with the dogmen sightings at land between the lakes. There were some campers that were supposedly murdered by the dogman there. And we still haven't got down there to research and fully investigate that story. But the new page, the Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters, like I say, I'm a member of it. Corey Williamson, Todd Bates, they're kind of, Corey's, ahead of it doing it. So definitely check that out, guys. Kind of giving that page a shout out. Try to read your comments real quick here. Gravetown. Yeah, that's a spooky area, Karen. A lot of stories from that area. That's also south of Oblong near the Gravetown Bridge. A lot of strange things. It used to be called the Dark Bend. The Dark Bend was the area known along the bend there, the Ambral River south of Oblong down there, where the river bends down through there. A lot of horse thieves back in the day hid out there, robbers, murderers. There was a lot of bad stuff that went on in the Dark Bend area south of Oblong. So, Gravetown is a pretty cool, spooky location, Karen. We've done a lot of investigations into that area. Arthur and Arcola area. We haven't done a whole lot in Arthur and Arcola. We did a couple cemeteries up there, Delmer, but we did. We've been over to Chesterville, to the Chesterville Witch, investigated that, but Arthur and Arcola there. We did do a cemetery up there that was haunted. I can't remember the name of it. It's been probably 15 years ago. I'd have to look at my files to even see what cemetery that was. But we have done a little bit up there, Delmer, but not a lot. So if you know any cool areas up in that area, definitely hit us up and we'll come check it out for sure. Michael, in November, was you planning on investigating the disappearance of the girl in Newton? We might be if we get time, Michael. I've got to get with my other associates regarding that, and we will probably get to it. I don't know yet, but yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of that stuff coming up here in November. As soon as our haunted tours get over, we're going to be investigating into the cold case stuff like we talked about on the last show. KKK has been meeting in the Dark Bend area too. Yes, absolutely. Back in the day, that was a hot spot for the Ku Klux Klan. The Dark Bend area, also in the Hardinville area, Flat Rock, Palestine. Palestine was a hotbed for Ku Klux Klan activity in the day, also along the Wabash River there. There was a lot of Klan members in that area. So a lot of stuff associated with the Klan, a lot of paranormal activity, I believe, associated with the Ku Klux Klan in the area. And people don't realize how much of that took place back in the day. I mean, it was it was pretty common for people to be involved in the Ku Klux Klan. Especially your higher society members. From sheriffs to the mayor. Back in the day, a lot of people were involved in the Ku Klux Klan. Not saying that's going on today, but I'm just saying, back in the day, it was a popular thing, and it wasn't like, as taboo as it is today. I guess it was as taboo then also. I mean, it was a bad thing, but I'm just saying back then, I guess it was more accepted because everybody, was joining this thing back in the day. Now it's pretty much been eradicated, but there is a lot of, people still claiming to be with the Ku Klux Klan. But yeah, we've investigated a lot of sites associated with the KKK. Actually, one of them is in Oblong. There was where the Oblong gym is now, the Blue Line Fitness used to be upstairs. There was a rumor that the Ku Klux Klan used the upstairs of that building for their meetings, and it was also an Oddfellows Lodge. We've investigated it several times. I don't think we went live there. Maybe we did. Maybe I went live a long time ago with Dale Kazmarek. I brought him there and showed it to him, But yeah, there's a lot of locations that people hit out and use for bad things around here. Do you need a Bigfoot stamp by Ellen? That's a funny one, Dean. Do you need a Bigfoot stamp by Illinois DNR? I don't know if they sell that one, Dean. If they do, let me know. I don't know if we need to get a special Bigfoot hunting license or not, but I probably need one because that's probably illegal. I was probably poaching Bigfoot if he came along, but I wasn't going to shoot unless it was in self-defense. So Bigfoot charges me and tries to eat me. I'm going to shoot at him. I'm sorry, whether I've got a permit or not. But I don't think we got any more comments rolling up here. If you guys have any more comments or whatever you want to throw out there, I can try to talk about it. But say, going to try to end this show a little earlier than normal. Next show is going to be our Halloween episode. I'm going to try to get a cool guest on here. I'm working on it. It's going to be a neat one. And I'm going to learn a lot if I can get them to come on here. So it'll be pretty cool. But keep your eyes open, guys. Definitely, I'm going to post that shoe print up on the Facebook page for people to look at and try to identify. If anybody can identify that, please let me know. If you can tell me the specific shoe that came from, what brand and make of shoe that came from, I'll give you free tours for life. So definitely, try to identify that shoe for us, guys. We've been looking it up. I mean, I've had a bunch of people working on it, and for some odd reason, nothing is matching completely to that one. It's like a Converse or Vans. We're pretty convinced it's like a Converse, a certain style Converse, a knockoff Converse, something like that. But I can't find exactly which one. We identified the Nike one. Like I say, Nike Air Max was the man shoe that was worn there. So if you see a combination of a woman and a guy walking around with a Nike Air Max and that Converse, and they look like they're getting ready to go into an old building or something in the Lawrenceville area, you might want to call law enforcement. So Deb, we haven't heard anything else on the Montrose gas station murders. We did get some new information regarding maybe another possible murder that took place there that we didn't even know about that was previous to that one. I've had people working on that. They cannot confirm nor deny that that happened. So there was about another murder that took place there, other than the ones we were investigating. But no new information regarding the Montrose gas station, unfortunately. But we may do another investigation there. I mean, that is another place I want to check out again because, like, we got such cool stuff there that night. I want to do a follow-up investigation when I get time and see if we can get anything there. So, what was the Bigfoot page again? Bigfoot page was Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters. I think it's a public group, but maybe he's got it set as a private group. But it's Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters on Facebook. And he may not have it set up right to where you can search it yet. It's a fairly new page. He may not have the at Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters set up on the page right to where you can search that. So yeah, it may not be searchable yet, Audrey. I'm not sure. I thought he said it was, but I'll have to go look at it. Like I say, he's the one doing that. I was just kind of giving him a plug tonight and helping him out with the page because I'm gonna be helping him, hopefully going on these Bigfoot hunts with those guys. So definitely check it out though if he gets it up. Maybe it's not, like I say, you have to put the at Crawford County Bigfoot Hunters in. He may not have it associated with the page yet, which may not be popping it up in the search engine. I have to talk with him about it and see if he's got that set up yet. But all right, guys. If you guys don't have any more questions, John says it is private. So sorry, guys. I didn't realize it was set up as private right now. They may be doing a public one then. So, but we'll definitely be going live from there if Corey wants to. We get out there and get on these Bigfoot hunts and show you guys through that page too. I'll definitely show you guys. Karen says, always we appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Karen. We appreciate all the viewers out there too and your help. I mean, you guys help us a lot with these investigations, watching our live feed, looking for paranormal anomalies, and listening for voices during our live feeds. And that helps a lot, guys, because here are eyes and ears out there. And I tell everybody, when we go live, listen, put those earphones in, watch the background, try to recognize our voices, try to recognize, I try to announce who all's with us every time I start an investigation. I probably should do it more throughout the investigation just so you guys have an idea of, hey, I've got Courtney with me and Becky with me and, whoever with me that you guys know, how many females I have. So if you hear another voice that's not them, you can maybe say it's an EVP or some type of unusual voice. We can go back and look at the timestamp. There was a couple timestamps on a couple of our last videos. I went back. They didn't check out to be anything paranormal. Somebody thought they heard my name in one portion when we were in the dining room. I went back and listened to it. I can't hear anything even similar to my name being said. So kind of debunk that. But yeah, if you guys are out there watching our live feed, definitely look, listen, and timestamp anything unusual that you think you might be hearing, because EVPs and spirit voices, can come over. It's through ITC and instrumental transcommunication. They can communicate through any type of electronic device in theory. So if you, listen, they could come through our phones, our cameras, and you guys hear them where we're not hearing it. They're using the microphone on our camera, and transmitting to you guys. So you guys are listening for it. You guys are like EVP hunters out there. So anytime we're going live, definitely don't be afraid to say, hey, I just heard something. Hey, I just, seen something and timestamp it, because we go back, we listen to you guys, and we go back and look at it. That's how we found the marble footage of me getting hit by the marble that I didn't realize I actually captured on live, video. And that's our best piece of evidence ever. I mean, that is smoking gun evidence absolute evidence of these marbles coming from nowhere. It comes from nowhere and hits me. I mean, so just good stuff, guys. We appreciate everything you do and our fans out there and the support you guys have given us through these crazy trolls and this crazy, time we're going through with these other people. So we appreciate all you guys hanging in there with us. And like I say, wanted to update you guys on stuff. No problem, Deb. And thank you, Bob. I appreciate that. So thanks, Susan. Says thank you, Jason. Good night. Enjoy watching what you do. All new to me. Hope those evil doers are caught. Yeah, that's a funny picture too, by the way. You got there, Susan. I like that pumpkin picture there. But yeah, we'll see you guys on the next one. I'm gonna get off here and work on some other stuff I got going on. But definitely, we'll update you, and we will post that footprint, the soul tread pattern, up on our Facebook page as a little post, so you guys can look at that picture and have reference, something to look at. I also post the Nike Air Max that the guy was wearing. We'll post all the footprints up and all the evidence we have of tracks up on the Facebook page. I'll try to do that either tonight or tomorrow. So thank you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a good night, everyone. Have a safe night, and hopefully, we'll see some of you on our haunted tours this weekend. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Your brother's on the phone. Sorry about that. Trying to end the show, guys. Having a little technical difficulty ending the show tonight. Very weird. It's kind of paranormal. This is like the after credits of the movie. Some of you have already logged out, but now you guys are seeing the behind the scenes stuff. Probably pretty funny. But if I can figure out how to get this show ended tonight, I will. But it's not working. There we go. Finally, the internet is working here. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.